Why was Pat McAfee talking about an 18-year-old girl's sex life on ESPN in the first place? One shining moment of the NCAAs are over, and it's the Masters. Jim Nantz, hello, friend, here with Dan Patrick.
And this is a 11-year retirement tour? Is that what this is going to be?
Listen, I actually have it. We had this discussion on your show in 2016. Melissa Miller, my longtime chief of staff.
Yeah.
This thing just went viral last week for no good reason. It was not a story. I just happened to say it in conversation.
Welcome to Aggregation, Jim. It's Everybody Loves Sports Media. I'm Andrew Marchand. He's John Mita Perrell. And John, before we get into all the stuff we want to talk to, McAfee, the NCAAs, etc., do you have a chief of staff as a top broadcaster?
Well, it's funny. When I was married, I guess it was my wife. And now that I'm not, I guess it's my girlfriend. Maybe below her is Harry the cat. So it is there's quite a delineation there. But you know what? I just kind of go with the flow, Andrew. Could be someone else.
Nant's longtime chief of staff, but he's got a lot going on, so perhaps he needs it. We'll get into all that. What's up? What's down? In a moment. We're sponsored, as always, by WSC Sports. The biggest names in sports turn to WSC Sports. You know that. If you're a network, you're a league, you're a team, you want to be with WSC Sports. They pioneered AI-powered automated highlights. They've raised the bar again. Asset management capabilities have been added into the platform out of box for no extra cost. That's for all clients, old, new. Doesn't matter who you are. No longer do you need to juggle or pay for multiple tools to complete your content workflows. It all happens in one place. Go to WSC Sports in the show notes. Click the link, yellow demo, and tell them Marchand sent you. Tuesday, May 6th, Off the Record with me, Andrew Marchand, presented by WSC Sports. Our guest is Rick Cordella, the president of NBC Sports. You can sign up in the show notes and not guaranteed a spot if you sign up. It's in Midtown Manhattan in the afternoon on Tuesday, May the 6th. To subscribe to the podcast, andrewmarchand.com, andrewmarchand.com.
I'll be the guy in the corner with a big sign, "We'll work for food." All right, what's up in your world, Andrew?
You will be at the event. You'll be able to
I will be, yes. I can't wait.
You'll be able to hear from Rick Cordella and meet John Mita Perrell. All right, let's get to it. What's up? What's down? I'm going to go first. Bill Raftery is my what's up. We're taping before the final, so if something happened in the championship game, we're not going to have that. I think there's something about Raftery that is very subtle and is very good because you're talking about college kids. And when he criticizes either a player or the referee, he does it in a very subtle way where he doesn't make it personal. It's more of a critique than a criticism. Here's a good example with the refs, the Cooper flag, controversial call at the end of Duke's loss to Houston. It's the replay of the call. Raftery kept it simple.
Change of events. That's a play on to me.
I agree.
I mean, he was being screened out. Wow.
And it's just that subtle Raftery just pointing out he doesn't agree, basically saying it's a bad call. Doesn't hammer the officials, but made it clear how he thought. What do you got? What's your what's up?
My what's up is Joe Davis, the voice of the LA Dodgers, television play-by-play, also known as the voice of Fox Baseball. Dodgers a historic 8-0 start, and Shohei Ohtani took center stage again with a walk-off.
High fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable.
All right, that's a classic TV home run call by Joe Davis. He's had a really good stretch of monumental calls in Dodgers history. There's another one for you. I loved it. It was simple. He simplified. We must simplify on TV. He let the moment breathe. He was relaxed. He was composed. He was ready to match the drama. His voice was elevated because, you know what? That was a moment that got you out of your chair if you're a Dodger fan. And Joe Davis seems to be hitting a nice stride in that booth.
All right, my what's down is the Pittsburgh Pirates. What are you doing? I grew up a Pirate fan. Roberto Clemente is number 21. They had honored him in the outfield fence. They brought it over from 3 River Stadium. Then they had a beer advertisement replacing it. Don't even tell the Clemente family. Don't tell anybody. They backtracked, apologized, and they're putting the number 21 back on at PNC Park. But what are you? How does that even happen? Come on, Pirates. You got to do better than that.
A horrible look. Where have you gone, Rafael Belliard? I'll tell you what.
Sammy Khalifa. What do you got? What's down?
By what's down? Grant Hill, CBS. A bad Final Four for Grant. You like Raftery? Raftery saved Grant Hill. Grant Hill gave me nothing in the final 5 minutes of that game. In fact, he was erroneous on one hand where he said there was a 5-second count. That doesn't exist, Grant, in college basketball. Raftery corrected him. He was clueless on some counts. He just said nothing, which is, I guess, okay, because if he didn't have anything to add, I guess silence is okay in that matter. But I got a lot of wows. I got a lot of woo. I got a lot of just empty words. He just felt like he didn't know what to say. And it's too bad because I think he had a really good run up until this point. But he only does 5 or 6 college basketball games, kind of parachutes in. So that's not easy. I understand that, but I felt he could have been much better. This is when the analysts earn their money, especially in the final 5 minutes of a huge game, and he did nothing for me.
All right, we'll get more into Grant Hill in the questions. Those listening for free. If you want to continue, go to andrewmarchand.com. We're going to get into McAfee in a moment, more NCAA tournament, the Gretzky call. We're going to play Who Called It Better. First time we ever played that for the big call on the Ovechkin goal. And then we'll get into your questions as well. andrewmarchand.com to upgrade.
All right, let's go, Andrew. Does ESPN have a Pat McAfee problem?